Hi, welcome everybody. It's the Agnihotra lady here on this Saturday edition of the Cosmic Clinic. And tonight we'll be joined with by Sri Charles, who's my teacher. And so as soon as he comes on, I'll add him to our talk. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes for some people that are joining me this evening. As anyone that normally watches the show, I normally do this from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. And we talk about Agnihotra, an Ayurvedic practice that purifies the planet and purifies yourself. And I teach the ancient wisdom of Agnihotra here at Shanti, Atlanta, located in Conyers. The main campus is Shantivilla Institute, which is headed by my teacher, Sri Charles. And that's based in Tuskegee, Alabama, right up the street from historic Tuskegee University. Welcome, everybody. We'll be starting here in a few minutes. This is Sri Charles of Shantivilla Institute, located in Tuskegee, Alabama. Wait a minute, I forgot where Tuskegee was for a second. And he's my teacher. And we're going to be having a great talk today. So we normally start out with a Guruti mantra, which is how we set the tone for a meeting of prosperity and sharing of knowledge. And so here we go. Oh, what happened? You moved something. Okay. Boom swaha agnihotra namama swaha vayave namama swaha surya ya namama bhagava swaha ajapatiye namama. Okay, so now we're getting ready to start with the Agnihotra Lady Cosmic Clinic with my guest, my teacher, Sri Charles from Tuskegee, Alabama at Shantivilla Institute. And so I'm going to go ahead and let you start the talk off. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
You can start.
Oh, you want me to start?
It's your show. It's your show.
Okay, well, I was just, being respectful since you're the guest and my teacher. I was going to let you start the show. And we talked about, and everybody, Sri Charles and I talk throughout the day, every day. And so we just really want to just bring you into our conversation that we were having about various things that we've seen in the headlines, as well as things that we know could help you live a happy and less stressful life. And so we were talking about the stress that a lot of children have. And, now we have some children going to school, some children are homeschooling. And there's a lot of stress upon the children. And Sri Charles just mentioned that, these children, they don't have to be stressed out. We really have to calm the entire family, because that is how you deal with the children. If mom and dad is stressed out, then that stress, it pours over into the children. And so what we want to talk about really is about strengthening of families. Okay, strengthening of your mind, strengthening of the children so that they are fortified and not walking in fear. And so that's a lot of what we've been talking is about. People are scared. And when you're scared, that affects your body, affects your immune system. And this is a time of growth during this time that people are quarantining, the time that people are at home. And this is a time for really for you to do a lot of reflection. And there's no need for you to be fearful, because there's an answer for all these things that are happening. And that is for the family to sit in their power together at home. And the children, they're our future. And we have to strengthen our children, give them the knowledge and the tools so that way they can grow into productive adults. And so on that note, I'm going to shoot it off to you now, Sri Charles, so you can continue.
No, I just wanted to have this almost like a circle that everybody can express some things that they understand. So one of my thoughts has been that there's so much going on in the world today that we have to be able to address it. One of the biggest things that we have to address is the stress factor that the little ones have, the little people, the children. And most of the time we don't address that. And the kids are stressed out. And we don't address that. One of the things that are very, very, very knowledgeable now, by most of the great ones or the yogis, as you would say, is that the younger generation and the older generation are very susceptible to all the things that are transpiring today. So let's talk about that for a moment. With the younger generation and the older generation, we all have more than one body. I hope everybody is aware of that. You got something that we call the bioplasma body, and there's a few other bodies after that. So it's more to you than its physical body. So let's take the bioplasma body, for example. I will give you some, like the aura that you see around the very high saints and those type of people. Then you have a bioplasma body that is the aura like everyone else has. On that bioplasma body, there's 72,000 nerve centers, different nerves going around on it. They call it the nervous system, and it's a nervous system. On that, what is called stress, the stress factor for you, it hits this bioplasma body first. And when it hit that bioplasma body, you begin to change. You begin to act different ways, that kind of stuff. But you have an antidote for that. What you have is the breath, always the breath. The breath acts like a lever to that bioplasma body. So anytime any emotions hits you first, we have a tendency to say, oh, something is on me, or we look around in some sort of way, and we have a tendency to throw it off because we don't know what it is. But actually you're feeling something that's coming towards you. If you learn how to breathe properly, then your breath acts as a lever. It can take it down or it can take it up. You need to understand this, especially with what is going on now. You're in a pandemic situation now. Nothing like man has ever dealt with before. But before the pandemic virus and everything hits you physically, it hits you metaphysically. It hits you on the bioplasma body. Once you hit the bioplasma body, you don't know how to react. If you learn how to breathe, then you can build up your immune system and make it very strong. Once that immune system is strong, then you can help fight it off before it becomes severe. Always is the breath. The breath is always there. So you always have a connection to some power that comes from the cosmos. So with that introduction, we like to say, welcome to the Cosmic Clinic. Information that we're going to share with you and that we like to share is something that you can do for yourself. The body is often be referred to as that which is made in the image of the Father, Mother, God. That's what it's often referred to. If it's made in the image of the Father, Mother, God, that's referred to, it means you are the daughter of the mother, or the daughter of the son. In that situation, that means you have the same abilities of God, but you know it not. You don't know how to tap into it. You have the same abilities, you can do what he do, if you feel love and understand how to do that. The first thing always is the breath. Once you learn how to control that breath, then there are unlimited things that are made available to you just by doing that. Fighting off the viruses, different viruses, and we dare not give them a name. Fighting off the different viruses can be done by learning how to manipulate the breath, how to build up your defense, how to make the defenses very strong, very strong, very strong. This, I tell you, the children need very bad, very bad. The children can catch a virus very quickly. We always say, no, they're very strong, very strong. No, they're not strong yet, but they can become strong. All you have to do is tell them and teach them how to do things. So said is also with the people who are elderly ones, they need some love too. There's no way possible that the Creator who created you will send you here with some imperfections. That is so funny. That is so funny. That you are very imperfected and you need this and you need to add that and you need this. Oh, your body needs this, all this. No. The body is very, very magical in a sense that whatever it needs, it can get, it will be supplied. One of the most magical things that we have is the breath and water. The body is made up mostly of water. There are such, what you say, so many angels that take care of the water. You don't know of anything that can live or exist without water. And the power of the water comes. When the water comes, if you will let it sit for a few minutes, just let it sit, it will start to purify itself. That's the magic of the water. It will purify itself, and then, oh, because you are made mostly of water, when you're drinking, it will begin to purify you. If you drink enough of it. That is the key. Since we're on the show with the Agnihotra lady, if the Agnihotra lady has a jar of some sort, and she take the ash from the Agnihotra and put it inside of this jar, you see, in this ash. And then she let the ash sit inside this water jar for 3 days. It will purify the water. It will purify the water. Well, some time back, we have taken ash and we have given it to the university and let them do studies on it. And we have shown to the people the results of the study, and we get calls from all over the world just about the ash. How did you do that? We didn't do any magic. All we did was take the Agnihotra ash, which we performed Agnihotra, and put it in the water. And the water became very, 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 very medicinal. So we can say it to you. If you take the ash, put it in the water, and let it sit a minimum of 3 days. Then if you choose to let it sit longer, that's you. The longer it sits, we have found that it becomes more potent. More potent. So we have shared that with some people, and they wonder, what the heck is it? What did you do? Nothing. Put the ash in there. So we wonder sometimes. Most times when people encounter some kind of difficulty, they always pull the ash out. They give the clients, the patients, or their friends the ash. Ash seems to be the remedy for so many things, but yet it's not science, so we are told. But yet it does all these miraculous things. So here we'll say, in this cosmic clinic, we have told you certain times of the day that the miraculous things are happening all around the world. We get calls from all around the world that people are telling us at certain times of the day, the energy is very high. Very high. It's very high because the rotation that the planet has, it is getting in a position to accept the power that are coming from the cosmos. You see? Many things that man tried to correct, but some of it doesn't need to be corrected. You need to leave it alone. In this process of trying to correct a lot of things, you mess up a lot of things. Today, and for years, he have created a junkyard in the sky. So if you have a junkyard in the sky, then certain powers and certain energies that are being sent to the planet are being interfered with. And as it's interfered with, they throw all the things off. All the things off. If you are talking about this, which we share, like dealing with cosmic power and cosmic energy. And to come down, there are certain things that we have to do to make sure our bodies is ready to receive that power. So certain things we need to do to receive that power. There's a difference. There's a difference between technology and science. And we love to call it science, but it's not. Everything is science, it's not. Technology can only deal with things that deal with the 5 elements. When it goes beyond the 5 elements, then technology is lost. True science can take you beyond those 5 basic elements very quickly. That's what we're talking about when we say introduce breathing. Introduce breathing into your life. Oh, you can breathe, I'm alive. Oh, yeah, are you alive? You're just existing. You're not alive, you're existing. When you understand how to breathe properly, you can go far beyond those elements. And there exists another awareness and another consciousness. This is what we have to tap into. I say unto you, you are a human being. You have no idea what that means, but oh yeah, I'm a human, I'm alive. That is not what it means. It means that you are the one. All of us are the ones. We are made in the image. The image, it means if we become love, the more we become full of love, the more understanding is given to us, more awareness we have. All you have to do is love, and that seems to be so hard to do. It's hard to do because we can't arrest our ego.
Mm. Mm.
When we learn how to arrest our ego, then we begin to know what true love is about. Unconditional love. And someone say, I know unconditional love. I say, do you? Oh, you do, huh? Okay. You don't know unconditional love yet. You have not experienced unconditional love. Here at the Cosmic Clinic, we are giving you times that the clinic is open for your being. If at those times you practice something simple, as being still, and learn how to breathe properly, simple properly, then you begin to heal and you get lifted up. You begin to get lifted up. The awareness comes. The consciousness expands. If I talk to you about awareness, I say if the surgeon was to cut you open, he can't find your awareness. He can't find your consciousness, but he knows you have it. But where is it? You can show me the brain. You've torn the brain up so many times, separated it, but yet and still, you cannot show me the consciousness. I and you, we should be astute enough to go far beyond that which is the elements and be aware of what is happening to us while we go through that phase. How do we do that? Simple. Practice breathing. You can't live without breathing. You got to have that air to an extent. And then after a certain extent, you don't even need to breathe. You don't even need to breathe. In the Cosmic Clinic, there are other ways to breathe. And we know them not. Because we're told that we got to breathe this way and this way and this way. Only because you met somebody who don't know. If you open this heart up with true love, then all the secrets of the cosmos can be entrusted to you. Otherwise, it cannot be entrusted to you because you have an egotistical problem. With your egotistical problem, you will make a mistake. All somebody has to do is to make you angry, and you will do something crazy. So, for this type of level of awareness, you have to earn it. There's nothing that you don't have to pay for. And I say that again, you have to earn everything. God has no favorites. If you think he do, then you must be crazy. How can he have a favorite when all of this is his creation? He created everything out of love. For you, he gave a great opportunity. He has made you sit down with the pandemic and told you the key is inside. The key is inside. Be still, listen and know. There is a certain sound that you can hear the moment you sit down and be still. But we have been trained to move all the time. If I say or we say unto you, sit down and listen, practice listening outside as far as you can, bring it all the way inside and listen inside. All the answers you seek is here. You have a wonderful opportunity to sit down and listen. Then you can go beyond this technology, this digital stuff, all beyond that. That is small potatoes, very small potatoes. The power that you have within yourself is such a magnitude that nothing can compare with. Nothing can compare with. So I say to you, listen. Once before, we were sitting with the great ones and teachers, and they said to us, the human being is the most wonderful vehicle throughout all the universes. Nothing is more important than the human being. Nothing is more powerful than the human being. It was once said, if you would like to believe in that which is angels, or you believe in that which is demigods, then it said, in order for them to continue on their journey, some of them have to come back and have the experience of being in a human body. After they had that experience of being in a human body, then they can move on. You already have the experience. All you gotta do is listen and be full of love all the time. This time I say to you, right now is a grand, grand opportunity. A grand opportunity. All you have to do is learn how to arrest that ego. You have a tremendous ego. A tremendous ego. Can I arrest it? Sure you can. Sure you can. But it's not easy, but you can do it. It's all the great ones that have come before you and show you that it can be done. There's an example that it can be done. Always it can be done. Your powers of obtaining things is unlimited. All you need to know is how to do it and prove that you are worthy of having that knowledge. And the only way you can prove that you're worthy of having that knowledge is to be full of love. You can say, well, I love so-and-so, but so-and-so doesn't love me. Well, I would say to you, who cares? It's not about what I'm getting back from them, it's what I'm giving to them. If I get nothing in return from them, it's okay. It's going to be all right. I think I was watching some stuff, and the guy said, you remember John F. Kennedy? What did he say? That's not what you can get from your country. What can you give your country? What can we give America? What can we give whatever country we're in? Let's give that love. And as you give that love, other things open up to you. Other things that are beyond the elements. My talk is about elements. I always love elements. Other elements. But that's not all of it. There's something much, 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 much more in elements. There are so many other worlds that you know not. There's so many things that you know not. When I hear a man talk about putting so many laboratories in the planet, in the sky, and all these different things, so many spaceships, all these things, that's not good. That's not good. Sometimes we can put too much of something someplace and block that which is already there. You see? Divine God made this universe. If we want to say God, you can call it whatever you want. It made this universe. Okay? It had to be a beginning somewhere. Where is that beginning? You got to start with love, vibration. And you will see the beginning. As a human being, we have thousands and thousands of thoughts that cross your mind each day. You're not the only one, but everybody else has some crazy thoughts too. Some people act on them and some people don't. That's the only difference. Why you act on this, why I don't act on this. Do you read it and you want? I was telling some person the other day, each day I have all these thoughts on the mind. Some of them good, some not so good. But for you, if you can sit, just sit for a moment, and sit for some time. You know the mind will take care of all those negative thoughts, that they will get burned up, and you will sit in so peaceful state you won't know what to do. Just by sitting. That is an action too. You cannot go without creating something or having an action. So if you sit still and watch all those things fly by, oh, I did this crazy thing today. I did this crazy thing today. Oh, that was crazy today. All of it will repeat itself. And then it will disappear. It will disappear. You won't have it anymore. That's all you got to do. When we say the Cosmic Clinic is open at this time, just come in. So we expect somebody to be there to lead us, to guide us, but you already got everything. You already have everything inside of you. All you need is take time and listen to it. There is a certain door inside of you. It can't open until you become still enough. When you become still enough inside, then the door opens for you. You don't need a minister to open it for you. You don't. You got to open his own. You see, all of them because you have a tag, say minister. Well, because I read this book and that book and this book, it doesn't mean nothing. But how do you feel inside? Are you truly full of love? Truly full of love. If I'm truly full of love, there wouldn't be so much chaos as it is today. The answers will come automatically. You have no problem. The only problems that you have is the ones that you create your own self. The most powerful thing with you is that you create an action. And dealing with the law of karma, you have to make sure it's a good action. If it's not a good action, you will not escape. You will have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. That's the way the universe is set up. It's set up that way. You think you will escape? No. Someone asked me once, what about the divine ones, and what about this person? I know this is a good person. How the heck do you know? You're with them 24 hours a day? You know every thought that person has? No. So constantly I hear somebody say, I know this is a good person. I said, really? How or what judgment do you have? Well, I know what he's following, she's following. No, you don't. Unless you can open his brain up and see what he's thinking or she's thinking, you have no idea what he's thinking or she's thinking. If she's full of love all the time to everybody under all circumstances, then perhaps they're moving in the direction of being a good person. You see? That is the difficulty. So I wanted to share these things with you here on this day, and I wanted you to add in I not want to take the whole show, but I want to add in also like that, okay?
Oh no, it's good when you take over because you have some of the best information to wisdom to share. Appreciate it. Someone Joy was just asking, and by the way, everyone, I did post the Zoom link on the D Dones page. So please, if you'd like to join through audio or through video, please ask us questions. But Joy posted on Facebook. I've always wondered what the ego is for. Now, did you want to answer it? Did you want me to start the answer and then you complete the answer? How did you want to handle that, Street Charles?
With the ego, there's different degrees of the ego. There's different degrees of the ego. You have to have some type of ego to be in the body. Otherwise, you can't be in the body. See? So you have to have some type of ego. But then there's some egos that you let get out of hand. When you let the ego get out of hand, that's when you begin to have problems. So that's why it's necessary to have some kind of discipline in the life. You understand? I hope we are clear with that. Because its ego is there, but it's not there to be so pompous as it becomes sometimes. You know? We cannot let it become pompous because it begins to destroy us, and this thing and that thing. A little evil ego, help you maintain yourself within the body. Okay? Understand?
Well, yeah, and I think in ego, a lot of times people think of it as something bad, but really ego is something that's meant to be a learning tool where you are in this human form. So ego's not a bad thing. You have to have the training of your mind to be able to control that, like Street Charles was saying. And so it's not a bad thing. So I think sometimes people are like, oh, try to get rid of ego. Everyone's going to have some sort of ego, but you just can't let it overtake you. There has to be balance in your life. Joy, I hope you were listening. I don't know if you're still watching, but I hope that gives you clarity on what the purpose of ego. And any of these things that, we're talking about, because every week I've been talking about different things to work on. And then we've been talking about compassion, love, forgiveness. Now we're talking about ego. All of these things stem from an attachment to an expectation. Charles and I were talking about that. So if someone's controlling, if you're controlling, that's an attachment to an expectation. You think you have control. We think we have control. We try to control all these different things in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in the world. And as Sri Charles said earlier about technology, but what are you really controlling? That creates a lot of stress. You think that you can change something that's already been put down as perfect, which is God's creation. You're not controlling anything. And so when you have an attachment to that, that causes a lot of grief for people. We see this clearly in the headlines. I think I posted, and we were talking about the Elon Musk. He's already put out 500 of these satellites so we can have extended cellular services and things like that. And he plans to put out 30,000 in total. So she Charles was talking about all of the things that we have out in space, all the space junk. Do we really need these things? This is something for you to think about. There's a purpose when we have scientific things that bring about unity and fruitfulness in our existence. But like Sri Charles said, anything beyond that is that's destructive. It's not really technology. It's not true science. It's not the science that the Creator has for us. And when we deviate from these things, that's when we have all these problems. Then I also read, and I think I posted today, where Elon Musk, he did a live demonstration on a pig where he implanted a neural chip, in the pig, and some of these applications that people are talking about. Oh, we can use this technology for people that are blind or have paralysis and things like that. But then some other people pointed out, what if, like people can hack into your account, into your Facebook, into your bank account? What if somebody can hack into your neural implant? So once again, is this technology useful or is it destructive? So
Well,
we have to.
I think one of the things that we have to be aware of is understanding what science and technology is. So when you're talking about pure science, which I always say come from the Vedas, it's like understanding, can I coexist with that which is already here? How do I coexist with that which is already here? Not create something completely out of nothing and make it happen. You see? When you create something completely out of nothing and say, I can make it better, or I will make this better, I will make the body better. We have to be very careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're going below that what is called the 5 elements. So you have to be very, very careful with that. And most of us have this pandemic or whatever it is that you have before you. They have not given us a solution. In other words, the solution is that it can cure it completely, get rid of it. Not put some powders on it so it can exist in the body. You see? It still has a problem because it does not belong there. It does not belong there. And dealing with the science of which we have shared with Sister talking about the Union Combine experience, about the explosion in the Bhopal and all these different things. Some of the science that we have created through technology, we have created some things that are very bad for mankind. They are bad for mankind, but because they're not supposed to be in this ecosystem, we can't get rid of them. They hang around for 40, 50 years. You can't get rid of them because they don't have anything to tear them down. The system that the Creator has created, it has a system that everything balances out. It stays for a while and then it disappears. It stays for a while, it disappears. If not so, look around you. Mankind himself is a prime target. He only stays on the planet for a certain amount of time, then he has to go. It's as simple as that. He has to go, so the continuum has to keep going.
Yes.
If we create something out of nothing, it does not break down because it doesn't supposed to be there. And you have all these different catastrophes and this and that. But we cannot be told about those things because we have earned the right to be told. But my right is I'm human.
Mm.
I'm human. You're trying to teach me how to go to work, how to live, how to make money, da 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 da. That's not being human. If you can teach me how to exist and be conscious all the time, even beyond the elements, then you're telling me about being a human. You can't do that. You can't do that yet because you don't know what true love is. You don't know. Once you know what true love is, then you begin to go on high. You begin to know about those things that are very high. So even today, as we have all these things, all you have to do is love. What say you? Come around for morning Agnihotra, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, all those different times, when tremendous power is being sent to the planet. And all you gotta do is sit and just be quiet. You can't be quiet. When we have this pandemic, everybody's quiet in the very beginning, and they saw tremendous stillness that went over the whole planet. Where there was a lot of pollution, there was almost no pollution. Because man chose to be still. Now in America, we got to break out of the gate and do something. Whatever we break out of the gate to do, it's not constructive. Sit and be still. For the younger people, they need to be still because they're missing the boat. Older people, they have to learn how to listen some to the younger people and teach them about this thing called love. They don't know about it. They think they know. I know so much about what? They don't know. Learn to listen. If you listen inside, the door will open inside. As the door opens inside, you begin to see and hear things that you can't even imagine. It's all right there inside of you. Then when you help somebody, you help them with tremendous love, tremendous power. The breath is the key. The breath is the key.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we're running out of time, so it's that went by very quickly. So I wanted to just jump in with some closing remarks, and then talk about some of the items that we have at sale at Shantivilla Institute on shantivillainstitute.com. So every week we're going to continue this conversation. And I will have Sri Charles on from time to time, and at other times I have other guests, and most of the times I'll be speaking by myself, but feel free to join us, and there's a Zoom link there. If you any last minute questions, if you'd like to come on, go ahead, and you can come on real quick before I conclude. And so I also posted a link too if you want to do love offerings. I put it there because I have PayPal, and then I have Cashapp, and you're welcome to do that too. And so I wanted to say that a lot of these things that we're talking about, it does take work. It takes work, and it may not happen right away. You have to be patient with yourself. And we were talking about this earlier. You know, you do what you do at that time until you know better. I think Maya Angelou had a quote about that. But you just start small until you can be strong enough to learn how to be forgiving, to learn how to share, to learn how to have unconditional love. And don't beat yourself up if you're not coming far along as you think you should. You know, just remember that a seed that's in the ground, it's a seed. It's not lamenting saying, oh my gosh, I'm not a tree yet. I'm not a tree. It knows that it will become a tree, and it just grows, it flourishes. It knows that it's great, even when it's a seed. So just think about that, whether it's a seed or anything else that has to transform to become what it ends up being. That's the same thing that happens for humans. So, you know, you have a seed, you have the stream that eventually at some points it trickles down to the river until it gets into the sea and the ocean. this is how we are as humans. So don't beat yourself up if you're not making the progress you think you should make, because that's the whole thing about being a human, is that there's a process, and it's the growing and the learning and experience in this human form that we have to go through to get to that higher consciousness. So we have a few more minutes here. I just wanted to quickly go through a few of our products, and we have several books that are online. We have PDF version as well as paperback version. And so our most popular is the Mudra of the science, secret science of mudras. And we demonstrated some mudras a couple of weeks ago. So we have the Mudra book, authored by Sri Charles. Once again, these are available at Shantivilla Institute. Here's the Agnihotra kit for anyone that wants to get started doing Agnihotra, designed by Sri Charles. And the kit, let me open it up real quick. All the kits come with the book, so you can immediately start teaching and doing Agnihotra. They also include, along with copper pyramid, we include a little bit of cow dung so you can get started. So here's the pyramid. Okay, you have, and everything is copper. You have the stand, the tray, the copper cup, spoon, tongue, and then we give you a couple of these glass jars. Okay, and then just so you know, that cow dung looks like, it's dried cow dung. This is what you use for Agnihotra. We use unsalted butter, which is boiled. This is the ghee. And then we use brown rice. Those are the ingredients. So this right here, this is not Agnihotra. Agnihotra is at sunrise and sunset. So I just wanted to kind of give you the overview of what's in the Agnihotra kit, available at shantivillainstitute.com. We also have for farmers and you gardeners, if you want to go beyond organic, we have our Shanti's Golden Ayurvedic Plant Nectar. Golden Nectar, sorry, it's a long title there, but it's the good stuff. So everyone that's been following my pictures of the Shanti Atlanta garden here, this is what we use at Shantivilla Institute for our garden, and the worms love it, okay? So, and it's concentrated. This makes about 3 gallons. No, I'm sorry, this is wrong. This makes 5 gallons? I'm sorry, it makes 5 gallons, I'm sorry. But it's so concentrated, you actually can add more. I mean, I would use this to make 3 gallons, and sometimes 5 gallons, but it makes 5 gallons. Okay, so this has all of the love from Sri Charles. It's got worm castings, it's got cow manure, and it has the ash. So this is if you want to do some really good gardening, this is what I use in all the garden pictures. If you see me out there doing my gardening, this is what we use. So everything's available at shantivillainstitute.com. And thank you so much for attending this Saturday's The Agnihotra Lady and You Cosmic Clinic. Thanks once again to my teacher, Sri Charles, from Shantivilla Institute there in Tuskegee, Alabama. And we got to get ready for Agnihotra, so we do have to get off of here kind of quick, because Agnihotra starts in a few minutes. And thank you so much. And if you have any questions, give me an email, DM me, or you can reach me at 404-487-8156 or at healthpluslifestyle.com. And you can find me on Facebook on the Shanti Atlanta Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Let's see.